welcome back. Here we are having a mystery school day, and this time it's Adrian and Vanessa and me sitting around. We were exchanging channeling sessions. Adrian went earlier and now it's my turn, so let's see what comes through. Good day to ya. We welcome you to the realms of light, where the vast majority of who you are also exists. We welcome you to these realms of light, from where your physical lives, your physical personalities, and your entire physical worlds also spring. We welcome you to this transmission whereby you are sharing these channeling arts, and we are most pleased to see the growth of your mystery school to include more individuals sharing their true natural selves. For you are creating a kind of medium within which the individual members can grow into their true natural selves, having the support of this loving group environment, which is the perfect growth medium. For you are each exploring the other layers of your consciousness, and the sharing of this exploration through the healing arts, the channeling arts, the expressive arts, and all kinds of arts. You are, each and every one of you, a being of tremendous potential for expression, self-expression. And your world at this timing needs each and every one of you to step into the role that you agreed to play before, shall we say colloquially, before you became physical. It is the time now for each and every one of you, and even that includes those listening to this transmission, to step into the role that you agreed to play. Now, no pressure is put upon you. We are simply putting out the call, because as you hear this transmission, you will feel the stirrings within your heart, whether your physical mind chooses to feel it or not. We are putting out the call, putting out a frequency, a vibration that is designed to awaken the longing within your hearts to be more and more of your true natural selves. And this is the age, this is the timing for each and every one of you to step into your true selves, your true power, your true love. You're moving into an age whereby you will no longer feel there is opposition between power and love, because power and love are one and the same. They're two sides of the same coin, and we are talking about true power, not the power that seeks to have power over others, but the power that comes from within the beingness that you are. For that power is love, and love is that power. So it is the timing now to step into those beautiful, true, natural selves, and through the power of your vibration, the love that you truly are, you will experience the reflective mirror of physical reality reflecting to you an entirely new civilization, whereby you are letting go of the fragmentation, the compartmentalization, the segregation, the separation. You will move into phases of development whereby you will experience much integration, whether in your disciplines of learning, or in your energy centers, or in archetypal forms. You will notice a blending, a weaving together, and indeed the weaving together of your individual members of your civilization. Many of the upheavals that you have been going through in your recent times is because you are putting on the table all the limitations, all the beliefs that you've bought into as a civilization about the need to separate and segregate yourselves from one another, the need to control one another. All is being put on the table, and those of you who are actively participating in the ascension, those of you that will be shifting to the version of Earth where you do get to experience the working through the fruits of your labors, as we say. You are being called now to truly step into your gifts, to step into your power, to step into your true natural selves. And so this is our brief message for you and each and every one of you and all of you together. To step into your true natural selves. The time is now. You have the ultimate permission. You are living in the age whereby this is the theme of exploration. You have but to give permission to yourselves. That is all that remains. You're in the perfect place. You're in the perfect time. And all that remains is that you give yourselves permission to be your true natural selves. Support is there. Much support is there. Much support is given. And you are living in the age where this is the theme. So step into the roles and you will. Wonder what took you so long once you cross the threshold and accelerate into your true natural selves. It is the most blissful awakening, particularly having experienced so much darkness, so much limitation. The timing of this exquisite transformation is so highly unique, so use it in the utmost and ride the wave to your ascension. So now we will open up to any questions that you might have out there bubbling around.
Thank you, Illi. Hi.
You're welcome and hello.
This is Adrian. Good to be here with you.
Yes.
And so one question is, as you sense me as a being, as a person, I'm curious. I'm in the process of integrating different kinds of arts. Yeah.
Yes.
You were speaking about, all the different arts, right?
Yes.
Healing arts, etc. And in the process of bringing them together, right, or kind of like taking aspects from one to the other, there's this opportunity to make, right, to be a maker of kind of like I have different things that I dabble in, and there's a way in which I know that I have like cycles of martyrdom where I end up kind of like tripping myself up in pursuing my desires. Essentially, I end up losing touch with what it is that I want. Yeah, and so as I hear you, I heard this introduction that you led us through, or these words. I hear just the how important it is to be able to be in touch with that aliveness inside of each of us, and to be able to move, right, what it is that. And I heard you say this before, similar to what Bashar has talked about in terms of the passion, right, and being able to. And so I'm curious if you sense, in terms of the practice of being able to identify and if you have general information about being able to identify and integrate more of living connected to those desires, right, or connected to the excitement. If there's like general ideas, Or if you're also open to trying to read inside my energy and what it is that you might sense that that might be helpful for me individually, just in terms of this particular task, or this particular part of life, and what can help me be more connected to that.
Very good. Recognize that redefining your experiences in order. Recognize that feeling states of disconnection is part of the ascension process, not an interruption in it. And thusly, next time you feel that you have quote-unquote lost your sense of connection, understand that this is part of the process. And indeed, you have not lost anything, you have gained insight, for you have stumbled upon or tripped upon or triggered a specific belief matrix within yourself. And that is the time to roll your sleeves up and investigate. What is this feeling of disconnection, or this feeling of having lost the connection? For it is not an interruption, and it, by definition, as you act on your passion and run the energy of your higher mind through your physical mind, it will trigger all kinds of old definitions. And this is highly important as a part of the process. For if you do not trip, if you do not set off the tripwires, how will you know where the traps are? So in a manner of speaking, when you act on your passion, you will set off all the triggers within yourself. And if one of those triggers is to disconnect, then ask yourself, how do you believe that it serves you to disconnect from your purpose? How does it serve you to cut yourself off? Because you are doing the cutting off. There's a portion of your personality that might have bought into a belief that perhaps it is safer to cut yourself off from the greater beingness that you are. Recognize that all parts of your personality truly believe in their heart of hearts that they are doing you a service. Therefore, the question, how does this serve me, is not a sarcastic type of question. It is a genuine curiosity to discover what within yourself is seeing that cutting yourself off will somehow benefit you. There is some belief in there about it benefiting you, serving you in some way. So use the disconnective states in a connecting way. And that is the paradox. Because each time you step on one of these tripwires and one of your beliefs comes in and says it is safer to close up shop, it is safer to disconnect, it is too dangerous to move forward, or that you will be hurt if you move forward, that is golden, precious time to investigate and bring that portion of your personality into the fold, as it were, to integrate. Thusly, that is a very precious art, to be able to transform your own disconnective energy into connection. For you must experience the disconnection to be able to follow that thread and to discover that you have such a belief in the first place. Now, of course, we understand, because the way you've set up your reality, that once you trip into the state of disconnection, it can feel as if that is all there is. And yet you do have the tools. We know you have the tools. And so Use it not only to lift yourself out of disconnection, but to investigate what part of your personality believes it serves you to disconnect in the first place, and treat it with loving kindness and curiosity, for it has a story to share. It has an idea, a definition of why it is creating that disconnective state to serve you in some way. And when this is brought to the surface, well, now you truly can work with it in a conscious way. So bless the times that you trigger processes within your personality that shut you down, for then you can use that energy to investigate the trigger itself and redefine, reorient your motivational mechanism by cleaning out and clearing out the definitions that make it seem as if disconnection is the preferred state. All with loving kindness. For love itself, as you know, is integrative. That is the fine art that is being learned here. The process of using negative, disconnective energy in a positive, integrative way. Does that help?
Yes. Yeah, I think that taking the time
Yes.
to ask those questions and to...
You are absolutely worth it to take that time and to sit with those portions as you would sit with a child that is acting out.
Yeah. I think that I do things like that, and that there's at times, although I can see times when it could help me to do more of that. And I do. I discover different different needs, just about how, like, for example, like how much happier I am when a creation that I'm involved in comes to the point where I share it with people. Right, this sense of purpose that becomes more present in sharing with others.
Yes.
And so there's, I can see. I was asking the question as you were saying this, of like what is this serving? But I appreciate also this idea that the state that I'm labeling as disconnection is not, in fact, a state away from.
Yes.
But it is. It's also just a particular way of being.
Many of you that are involved in the arts of self-inquiry, self-investigation, the ascension process, and aiding and assisting others to move through a process of transformation and healing and integration, you will find that you have certain areas in your life whereby the process goes relatively smoothly, and some of you will actually have blind spots whereby you choose for various reasons not to apply the tools in certain areas of your lives. So while you might be highly skilled in certain areas, there might be some blind spots of the personality that you will and you are ready to integrate. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, the adventure of living and growing and becoming more.
Yes.
Thank you.
Indeed. Any other questions?
Illi, nice to be with you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
I have a follow-up question.
Very good.
What more can you tell us about blind spots and how to work with them in positive ways?
A kind of dedication is required, but also a sense of the understanding of timing. Very much like when you plant seeds in your garden, you have a knowingness that the seeds will sprout in their own time. Likewise, so too is there a timing to your growth and development. You are, and you have signed up for a process of growth, a time-space reality that is segmented by time and by space so that you can experience yourself piece by piece, moment by moment. And so there is a timing to all of this. Thusly, rather than being so goal-oriented, enjoy and relish the process itself, for when you make it all right to be where you are, paradoxically you accelerate yourself in the ascension process, for that is an integrative frequency. Whereas when you become impatient, impatience already implies that you're trying to get somewhere other than exactly where you are. And yet you signed up for process. Therefore relish the unveiling of yourself. And that is the paradox. The more you appreciate exactly where you are on the stepping stone that you're on, you accelerate. And when you resist the stepping stone that you're on because you want to be on that nice stone over there, that is exactly when you're not using up the moment, and paradoxically it locks you in place. You have the experience of standing still because you're not using the moment as a jumping off point, you are using it for resistance. So that is our sharing for today. Use up the moment by fully living it and accepting yourself as you are. You will always grow in this medium. There will always be opportunities to be on the next step and on the next step and on the next step. So relish the journey itself. Will that suffice, or is there more to unpack?
That is very helpful, thank you.
Very good. So many of you are in a hurry to get all kinds of places. But understand that you are the all that is. You already are that. So enjoy the process of experiencing yourself moment by moment, segment by segment, piece by piece. For you already are everything, so there is nothing to strive for. Something for your physical minds to chew on. For in fifth dimensionality, you see the universality of it all. That everything is already, in a manner of speaking, accomplished. And you have set apart for yourselves processes to experience a kind of unfolding of this that is already done. So let yourselves feel into that. Now, is there any other questions?
I think that's all.
This is what our sensing is as well. Thusly, let us take a few moments to sit in deep appreciation for this moment as it is. For this moment is perfect, even though in the next moment you will be new people in a new universe. Relish this precious moment which is passing through your hands like sands, drifting away. This moment never to be repeated again. Relish it and enjoy who you are in this wonderful, wonderful moment, and receive the love that we direct to you, to your realm. We are always transmitting to the fullest extent, shall we say, colloquially. The love frequency. You are surrounded and immersed, and it emerges from within you. You have but to open the doors and open the windows and let the light in. For it is all around you. It is what you're made of, in fact. So allow the love to come in, for it is all around you. It is what you are made of. You are made in the image and the vibration, the frequency of love. You are light beings. So appreciate yourselves and appreciate this wondrous journey that you are on, each and every step. And with these words then, being bathed in this frequency of love and appreciation, we will allow the moment to shift to the next moment, and yet at the same time to us, this transmission never began and will never end. And you have the access to it at any moment of your lives, at any time, in any place. You have access to this frequency, for we are. And we love each and every one of you immensely. With that, we will then wish you a fond good evening and a wonderful good day. Wow. It's different every time. It feels like another frequency. So thank you for being here with us. I'm feeling very meditative, so I will catch you in the next video.